Hi guys, so I will be cooking. Oh, let's just turn it this way so you don't see the mess over there, because it's a bit messy with all my son's high chair out and everything. So I'm back, the Food Meerkat is back, and I'm going to be cooking the Paneer and Bell Peppers curry. So I've chopped everything up and I'm going to show you how much I've chopped up and what I'm going to put in, when I'm going to put it in. So I'm just going to bring all my ingredients over here to the camera so you guys can see. I haven't done this before, so as you can see I'm a bit new to it all. So these are my chopped long onions. Okay, so as you can see, I'll take it near the camera there. They're chopped like that. So I've put in here about, they were quite big onions, they were about that big. So I put in 1.5 of them onions, but if you've got small onions, I would put in about 2 to 3 onions maybe, if they're quite small. If they're about that big, put in 2 to 3. If they're big ones, like mine are quite big, as you can see in this pan. So I've cut them in long slices, 1.5 onions, and so we're going to get frying that in a minute. So I'm going to bring the rest of my ingredients. What I did was I chopped them all up, got them ready for you. Actually, you know what? I might just take the camera over. I'll do that. I'll just grab my camera. Have a nice little walk around here. You don't want to see my messy kitchen, believe me. Right, okay then. So, I'll just flip this the other way. What we've got here is we've got in that one, we've got some grinded up ginger and garlic. So I grinded up about 20 grams of ginger, so I just measured that and then I grinded it in a grinder. And you probably think, oh, what's a grinder? Some people might know what it is, some people don't. So I'll just show you my grinder. My grinder is over here. I'll just show you. And it's just like a little thing like that, and you just grind it all in there. You can use a blender, I think some people use blenders. So that's that. So yeah, about 20 grams of fresh ginger grinded, and about 8 cloves of garlic, and they were quite small, so I'll put in 8. If they're large, then you could put in about 5, but you do really want that ginger and garlic flavour in there. So about 8 cloves of garlic and 20 grams of ginger. And I've got some cumin seeds that we can fry up as well, and that's about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And then we've got the garam masala here, and that's about 1.5 tablespoons of garam masala. Okay, now you can get that from any English supermarkets, the bigger name supermarkets you can get them from. There's all sorts of different brands. You know, it just really gives Indian food that really nice rich flavour. Some people make it at home, but you know what, you can get it from a supermarket, make your life easier, and the food tastes just as good, so why not? Or you can go to the Indian supermarket and just ask them, you know, where you have your garam masala, and they have packets of it, really massive ones, and they don't even cost much. So and then we've got my turmeric powder. So I've got about 2 tablespoonfuls of turmeric powder. I've got some plum tomatoes there. There's about 10 plum tomatoes which we'll be throwing in. And then I've got bell peppers here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So we've got 2 bell peppers. Now I chose orange and red because I think it looks nice and colourful. But if you're not keen on those, you can have green and yellow, whatever takes your fancy. It all tastes the same. And then I've got 2 blocks of paneer chopped up into squares, and if I show you with my hand, so like they're about that big, chopped up. The bell peppers are about that big, and again, it doesn't have to be neat, chop them up anyhow you want. So those are all of my ingredients there. Okay, and so now we can get cooking. Hey guys, so we're gonna get cooking like I was saying. So right, so I'm gonna put the gas on. I'm gonna put it on quite high. So what I've just done is I've just put some oil in there. I don't know if you can see, just few globs of oil in there, just so the stuff doesn't stick. So we've got the onions in there with some oil, and what I'm going to put now in there is my ginger and garlic. That can all go in at once, so it can all cook together. So that's going to go in there. Then we've got my cumin seeds, so we're going to stick them in. They can all fry together. And we're just going to mix all that up. It's a really, really easy dish to cook, guys. Sorry for putting my hand in front. Just want to move it a bit back. So yeah, so I put it on high actually, because I'm standing here. But what we can do in a minute is, once we've mixed it all up and the pan's got quite hot, if you've got other stuff to do, you can just stick the lid on the pan, and you can just leave it to cook on low gas. You can go around doing stuff, but what you have to do, bear in mind, you're gonna have to come back and stir it after about 5 or 6 minutes. Keep stirring, and you might find that it might start sticking. So you don't need to keep using oils in order for it to prevent it from sticking. You can just get some tap water and just throw that in, and you do find with Indian food it can kind of stick to the pan. So you can just throw that in. Otherwise, you'd be using expensive oil, and you don't need to keep using oil. You can use water. It's free from the, well, not free, but it's cheaper than using oil. So we're going to fry that. And now, what I like to do, really, I do like to leave it on low gas and just kind of walk off and do stuff. But if you've got time to stand here, I wouldn't put it on high gas for the duration of cooking it. I'd put it on a medium flame, and you can stand here and keep stirring it, keep frying it, swirling it around, and we want to get it. Oh god, these onions are really strong, my eyes are watering. You want to get it to like sort of when the onions are like caramelised. So they're going to go really soft and gooey, but they're going to look a certain colour. So once I've finished doing it, once I've actually finished cooking it and I've got it to consistency that I want it, I'm going to show you guys again what it looks like, so that you guys know, and I'm going to tell you how long I cook that for. Because you don't want to stand here watching me nattering away for like half an hour, or however long it takes to cook. But so yeah, so that's what we're going to do, and I can show you how it's getting on. Oh, you can smell the flavour, it's really, really nice. But anybody can cook this. It's so simple. It's so easy to cook. Teenagers can do it. Get your parents to help you. Impress your friends. Make it for them. Have a dinner party. Bring them over. For a first date, it's really good. With a bit of rice, a bit of naan. Can't really go wrong, really. So yeah, I'm just going to fry that on a medium gas, and you have to kind of keep stirring it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a bit of water. I'm just going to throw that in, because I find it sticking a little bit. In fact, I'll show you. Let me show you how. I'll just bring my camera over here. Okay, so it's looking like that at the minute. So cook it all nicely. And as you can see, it's starting to stick just a little bit at the bottom, because the oil's kind of like going now. So we don't want it to get to a point where it gets burnt and gets too sticky. Oh, my camera's steaming up. Oh, I went too close. Whoopsie daisy. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. See what I mean when I tell you I'm not very good at it? You know what? I will get better though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video now. I'm going to cook this. Then I'll come back and show you how it looks, and when I'm putting in the turmeric powder and everything, I'm not going to put anything else in. I will come back to you guys. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'll come back to you guys. I'm just going to throw a bit of water in there, make sure it doesn't stay. Come back to you guys, okay? So right, Food Meerkat will be back. I'll pause it. So guys, my sauce has now been, not my sauce or my on about. Well, it can be the sauce, because I'm going to add all the Paneer and make a curry. What I meant to say was, my onions, ginger and garlic and cumin seeds have been cooking on medium gas, with me stirring it as well. standing here stirring, making sure it doesn't stick. Adding a bit of water in now and again if it's going to stick. So it's been cooking now for 10 minutes. And I'm going to show you how the consistency of it is. And what I'm going to do is I'll bring my camera over. Actually, I'll bring my pan over, that might be easier. It's gone kind of like, the onions have gone kind of like gooey, slightly caramelised. So let me just show you. Ooh. Right, I don't know if you can see that. Let me just get back. Okay, so just taking it off the gas, I'm just going to show you. They've gone kind of like that, kind of like gooey-ish consistency, soft, slightly, they're like caramelised. So they've gone like, say for example, the kind of onions that you'd kind of like cook for hot dogs and you're frying them for burgers and stuff. So they've gone like that kind of consistency. And I've been cooking and stirring that for about 10 minutes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in my turmeric powder. And I'm going to add in my bell peppers. So I'm just going to get them. Okay. Add in my 2 chopped up bell peppers. Yeah. And we're going to cook the bell peppers again on medium gas. And like I said, you can put it on low gas if you want and go away and do your thing, but you will have to keep coming back. If you want to put it on really low gas, then that's fine. It'll just all carry on cooking and it'll just taste amazing. Low gas is just as good. Stick the lid on the lowest gas setting you've got. I've got it on medium gas because I've got nothing else to do right now, so I'm just going to carry on cooking that. So again, look, it's gone a bit sticky, especially when you put the turmeric powder in. It kind of goes a bit sticky. So I've just got some water from the kettle. It's cool boiled water. You can put it from the tap, whatever's easiest. It doesn't really matter. It does the same thing. So I'm just adding about 2 or 3 tablespoons of water and some medium gas. I just want to fry the 2 bell peppers in with the onions, garlic, ginger, cumin seeds, and we want to get the bell peppers sort of, well, some people like them kind of crunchy, and if you're going to have them kind of crunchy, you don't need to cook them for too long. You can cook them for about 10 minutes, but I want them a bit softer, so I'm going to cook them for at least about 20 minutes, just to get all the juices out, get it just slightly a bit softer. And then I'll be putting in my plum tomato. So I'll show you now what colour it kind of looks like with the turmeric powder in. It's not gone too yellowy orangey. I think it's just right. Might be wrong. If you think you want to put a bit more in, you can put a bit more in. You think, I want a bit of yellow, more yellow colour in that. Go ahead, stick it in. It's not going to do you any harm. So show you mine. It's kind of like a palish yellow actually. But you guys might think, I want a bit more yellowy than that. And stick more than the 2 tablespoons that I did, but I'll show you. So it's kind of like, for me that's enough. I think it looks quite nice with the red and the orange peppers in there. So it's kind of got that kind of yellowy colour. I'm just going to keep cooking that on medium gas. Actually, I didn't tell you how big my pan was. I don't know if that'll help you guys. So I'll just get my measuring tape out and show you, just let you know the measurements. So I was just thinking, I don't know whether it makes a difference actually, but if you are interested, I will get my measuring. In fact, I did have it here somewhere. Goodness knows. Oh, there it is. Found it. Right. So let's have a look. So it is 9.5 inches, which is 23.5 centimetres. So if that helps you guys. Well, actually it might do, because I'm just thinking it'll probably stick less if it's in a bigger pan because it's kind of spread out. Whereas if you've got a smaller pan, it's more confined and it'll be all on top of each other. So I think it might cook better because it's more spread out. So yeah, I'm just going to cook that. And again, I'm not going to add anything without telling you guys. I'm going to keep showing you and showing you the consistency of it. And I'm just thinking, have I missed anything out? Turmeric powder you can get from, again, you can get it from any English supermarket. The bigger ones sell turmeric powder in like little packets in the Indian aisles, the continental sort of aisles. So if in doubt, just ask someone, they'll show you. Or you could just go into the Indian supermarket and just say, hey, I want some turmeric powder, can you point me in the right direction? And they'll show you where it is. So I just need to time how I'm doing this as well. So I'm just going to keep cooking that. And I'm just going to stand and stir, and then, so I'd say about 20 minutes. But if I've spent longer, or if I think I've spent longer, so I'm going to time everything and then come back and say, yep, that'll be second 20 minutes. I'll tell you the exact time. So I think timing's everything with Indian food as well. I think a lot of my friends ask me, they're like, oh, so when do you add this in? So do you wait this long, or do you wait that long? And it's like, they're like, write it all down for me. I'm like, oh, I find it really difficult to write stuff like that. I'm like, oh, just come round to my house and I'll show you how to cook it, really. Like I said, anybody can cook this. Teenagers, uncles, aunties, grandmas, mums, dads, anybody. Obviously if you're teenager, you can get your parents to help you, your friends, get together. It's just quite fun actually. It's like a little cooking project. And it's got brilliant results at the end of it. You get a delicious dish and you can just eat. And I'm wearing my stretchy jeans as well today, so I'm definitely going to be eating this food because I'm absolutely starving. I'm so hungry. I have eaten breakfast, but I'm such a foodie and greedy. I'm always hungry. And have I left anything else out? Well, the thing about this food as well is it is quite healthy, because I've literally just put in a bit of rapeseed oil when I was frying the onions and the cumin and the ginger and the garlic, and then I've just been adding water. So this is literally low fat, apart from the paneer. Actually, I've just thought, obviously that's the cheese, so that's the fatty element of it, but you've got to have a little bit of fat, you know. It can't all be low fat. So you know, it's got a good balance. You've got your spices in there, your onions, you've got a bit of veg, that's good. You've got a bit of fats in there, it all balances out, fantastic. I'm happy with that, and I'm sure you guys are. So yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Yeah, and I don't know how to pause this, I'll have to keep coming up to the camera, so let's just have a look. Oh, yep, there we are. Hey guys, so I've been cooking the peppers in with the ginger and garlic and onions and everything. So I've been cooking that now for about actually 15 minutes, but if you want them to go slightly more soft, you can cook them for 20. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to bring the camera and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And it's all like kind of gooey and slimy, that kind of consistency. So I'm just going to bring that camera and show you. Okay, so here we go. So if you can see that there, it's all kind of like slimy, gooey consistency, and it's all getting even more caramelized, and it's looking really good now, and it's turning into almost like a sauce. And the peppers have gone slightly softer, but we've still got more cooking to do, so they're going to get softer as we're going along as well. So now I'm going to put in my 10 plum tomatoes, because we really want to get them cooked and get like them getting really soft and stuff, so it turns into more of a little bit more of a paste. So that's what we're going to do now. Back on the gas. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. And just get that right. Okay. Whoops, sorry about that. Oh, there we are, we're back. Good. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the gas up a little bit, because I really want to get them tomatoes softened. So put some more water in. Just get some more water. It doesn't have to be hot water. I'll just put it in here because it's easier to put in. So I can just put about 4 or 5 tablespoons of that in. I'm going to put it a bit, yeah, we put the gas a bit high, so medium to high we're putting it, and we want to get them tomatoes softened up so that they get really soft paste into the onions and into the pepper kind of paste. And I'll make it a bit more slightly ready in colour, and all the skin will be coming off, and you know, it'll just make the dish taste so much nicer with the tomatoey flavour in there. So we're going to do that, and I would say we're going to do that for about 5 past on my clock, 5 past 11. So I think we're going to do that for about 5 or 10 minutes probably. But again, I'll pause the video, come back, and I'll make sure I tell you exactly what I'm doing. And you can see from there, it's quite good actually. My clock's like in between the fridge and in between my head. Oh my god, that is fantastic, because every time I come back you'll be like, actually that's how much time she spent cooking them tomatoes. So you guys will actually be able to get a really accurate time, which is quite good. So it's 5 past, so I reckon it will be, because I always go, I don't really go by timings because I've cooked so often. I kind of go by how it's all looking. But now that I'm making the video and I want to make it easy for you guys, I want to make sure you know how the timings are as well, because that just makes it slightly easier to cook the actual dish. Oh, my nose is tickling. It gives people more of an idea, especially if they're first timers at cooking this. It is a simple dish to cook, but it's not always that simple if you've not done it before. So yeah, I'm quite glad that that clock's there. I think that's really handy. So yeah, I'll be back once those tomatoes have softened up. We haven't got long to go really. All we've got to do is add in one of my magic ingredients, which I'll be showing you, and my garam masala and the paneer, and then I'm just going to put in chopped coriander at the end. So really we haven't got long to go. It is really easy. So yeah, I'll pause the video for now. I'll come back when the tomatoes have softened, and yeah, so again, here we go, pause the video. Hi guys, so as you can see from the clock there, we've been cooking it, so from 5 past it started, it's just gone about 12 minutes past 11 now, so we've been cooking it for about 7 minutes. So yeah, so my tomatoes have kind of like disintegrated into the dish. They've just kind of disappeared nicely, if that's what we wanted. And I have put the gas on medium to high because I'm standing here and just stirring it. And I've just literally put, because it's sticking slightly, so I just got my kettle and I just put in a bit of water. So it's gone like this now. So I'll just show you guys how it's looking. Okay. So I won't be able to see the tomatoes because they've kind of gone like that. You can see that little tomato there, it's all disintegrated. So it's gonna have all gone, they've all kind of melted into the dish, which is what we want. So it's gone a bit more of an orangey colour, orangey yellow colour now. So you can see that consistency there. Looking good, that sauce is. So if you feel that this is a bit thick for you, you can put in a bit of water. We've not added salt yet, but you can adjust the salt. Obviously, if you're putting in more water, you probably need a bit more salt. Yeah, so that's how it's looking at the minute. So I'm just going to put that gas down a bit because I don't want it to burn while I'm showing you the next bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in my tomato ketchup. Is my magic ingredient, and that's my magic ingredient because I think that adds a lot of flavour to the dish, and it kind of makes it taste quite, kind of gives it a really nice flavour actually. And I don't know how, actually I'll tell you how I discovered it. I didn't have any tomatoes left one day and I thought, what can I put in there? And I put in a bit of tomato ketchup and it tasted amazing. It just, I don't know what it is, I don't know what's in tomato ketchup, but it just made it taste so good. And I was like, ooh, I might try putting in a bit of that. Seeing some of my, obviously, I was saying some of my family members and relatives, they actually can't eat chilli because of health problems, and it really affects their tummies and stuff. So I thought, oh, I'll get the flavour, you know, I'll add that in because I remembered how good it tasted. So I'm just going to go in with that. So I'll put in 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup. Put that in. Smells good. And then I'm going to put in my garam masala, two heaped tablespoons, and we're going to mix all of that in. That smells good. So it's kind of turned, it's got a slight tinge of brown colour to it now, but I think even the peppers have gone to that nice consistency. So just mix all that up, and that doesn't really need any cooking. So I've put it on to like low to medium gas now. And one thing that I just thought I forgot as well to mention originally when I was showing you all my ingredients at the beginning, the paneer you can get from Indian supermarkets. They come in like, you know, like cheddar cheese and cheese packets. You'd have the cheese actually, like blocks of them. They actually come in packets like that, and they will be near all the, it'll be in the fridge section next to the cheeses and stuff. Or you can get it from an Indian supermarket. And this block is 226 grams. So I used 2 of these blocks. And what I did was I chopped them up as I showed you earlier here. And they're like obviously about that kind of size. Now these, some people fry them, but I'm trying to keep it as healthy as possible. And I personally think they taste just as good in this particular curry dish without frying them. And I'm going to stick them in now. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait until that goes. We're going to just basically soften it all up. So just going to mix it all in. Smells really, really good. And it's gone quite dry now, I can see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a bit of water. In fact, let me show you first how it's gone quite dry. I'll show you. Some people like it dry, so if you do, by all means you can keep it quite dry, but I tend to find when I'm going to be stirring it's going to stick, so we want to add a bit of moisture to it. So let me just take my camera over here for you guys and show you. Okay, so as you can see, I've put in my paneer and I've mixed it all up, and it's gone quite dry, I personally think. So I want to add a bit of water to it, and I think that will also help it to cook. Okay, so I've just added it. So it's not gone too wet, but there's just enough there to get it all cooking nicely. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to cook now. So let's have a look on my clock and see what the time is. Quite handy having that clock there actually. Right, so it is, I'll get my microwave in there. It's now nearly 20 past, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it on a very low heat, and I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to leave it to cook. Oh my god, I forgot the salt. Hello. Right, salt. So before I do leave it to cook, I need to put salt in. So I think normally I'm just like throwing it all in like that, and I'm just like tasting it. That tastes salty. I mean, that tastes like it's not got enough salt in it. Right, we need to put some more in, so I'm throwing it in. But I'm going to try and give you an accurate measurement. But you guys can just do that, throw a bit in. I think it's a bit bland. It needs a bit more salt, so you can just keep putting it in. But I'm going to try and measure it and see if it works out. Actually, I think it'll need about a tablespoon of salt. Thinking, I might be wrong, but we'll give it a go, because you can always add salt in. The last thing you want to do is put in too much. So let's sprinkle that on, and later on if we think actually that's not enough, we can add to it. But what we don't want to do is go and put loads in and let it spoil our dish, because then we're just screwed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah man, right then. So mix that all up, and I'm going to leave it on a low gas now, and it'll hopefully soften. So it is 20 past, so I'm going to put the lid on, put it on a low gas, come and stir it in 5 minutes. The lowest setting you've got, we want to put it on the lowest. Yep, and we're just going to leave that to cook, and I will come back. So 20 past, yeah, I reckon it'll take about 10 or 15 minutes, but we'll see. Right, hi guys, so on the clock, so we started cooking at 20 past, so it's now nearly half past, so about 10 minutes on low gas with the lid on. So I think the paneer is cooked now. It's gone really soft. If you feel it's not soft enough, you can cook it for a couple of more minutes or another 5 minutes, but I think that's perfect, because I don't want it to be sort of crumbling into it, and that's what happens when you overcook it. So I think that's just right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my coriander, and that is literally the last ingredient, and I'm going to chop it up. You can just throw the leaves in if you like big leaves, or you can chop off what I'm going to do. So I'll show you. So I just brought some bunched up coriander, which you can get in a pack. Actually, let me just have a look if I've got any more. Oh yeah, that was my old coriander. It's got a bit wilted now, so I've got my new coriander. Yeah, you can see it's really nice. So now what some people do is they like picking the leaves off like that, and to be fair, it does kind of melt into the dish, especially when it's this hot. So I think actually I won't chop it up, I'm just going to put them in like that. So I'm just going to pick up the leaves just roughly. You can just do it in your hand really, like that, as you can see there. Woohoo! I'm just going to put it in, and that is really going to add to the flavour. So you're just going to put in a good 5 to 6 well, not handfuls, but like a few, like that 5 or 6 little pools, if that's what you want to call it, and just throw that in, throw a few more in, and that's going to really add to the flavour of the dish. But we don't want the stalks in there, because I think that's just a bit too much, some stalks, unless you want to chop them up and put them in, but I think it just can get a bit too coriandery then. So yeah, a bit more leaves. So I'll just show you how much I put in, but again, it's probably a taste preference really, so it's whatever you guys fancy. So I could just bring that over. So there, I've just kind of like, you can see it's like just covered the dish there, but I'll just mix it in, and it just looks fantastic once you've put that in. It looks so appetizing and nice, but more importantly, this dish I've cooked just doesn't look nice, because I'm one of them people, I just can't have a dish that just looks good. It's got to actually taste good, and that's the key about my recipes and my food. I've just learnt to put certain things in which just gives them that bit more flavour, and it's chili free, so no spices, and you know, no sitting on the loo the next day and all that. Hopefully. Yeah, so I'm just gonna mix all that in, and now the gas is off because it's cooked, and it's really that simple. It's so easy to cook. And so we've been cooking, I mean, I started filming properly this recipe at half 10, and obviously I've been pausing it and coming back. So half 10, it's now half 11, so it's taken exactly an hour. Obviously I chopped up this stuff and grinded the stuff at the beginning, so I'd say the prep took about 15 minutes. It actually didn't take that long at all. So now the dish is just looking fantastic, and it smells delish. So what I've done is, you can boil some rice if you want to. In some of my later videos I'll actually show you how to make like my Indian rice, but you can just make plain rice. Any rice. You can get freezer packets of rice. Sometimes you can get vegetable ones, you know, freezer packets of rice, just individual packs. You can sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I'll just get that out and I'll just put it on the plate and just shove a bit of curry on top, and it tastes amazing. And then I've got some naan here which I've just cooked. I got from the supermarket, and I've just chopped it all up and I've just grilled that. So I'm just going to put my paneer next up. I'm going to show you how good it looks. And I am starving. I am literally going to eat this. Oh my god, this looks so good. It looks good, and I know it's going to taste good, because I've made it so many times and my friends absolutely love it. So there we go. I'll show you how that looks. God, there's quite a lot of paneer. I'll put on my plate. Right, okay then. Ooh, let's present it nicely, like a proper cooking programme. Right, let's have a look then. Here we go. So here we have the finished product. So if I go up closely, got my naans there, just grilled, put them in the oven, chopped them up, and there's the dish. So if I just zoom in, that just looks amazing, I think. Look at that, the coriander, the onions, the peppers, and that sauce. it just looks fab, and hopefully it's gonna taste amazing. So there you have it. That is my very first recipe from the Food Meerkat, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I hope it's kind of inspired you to cook some Indian food. And I will be back with some more, and every week I will be putting on a recipe. Occasionally as well, I quite like going to like food markets and stuff, and I might do a few films here and there in between. Oh, you know, I'm in town and I've come in at, you know, in a food market, and I'm like, wow, look at this or whatever, and I'll film it on my mobile while I'm out and about, and I'll stick that on as well. But yeah, guys, I just hope you really enjoyed my first video, and I'm sorry if I'm not very good at filming, because I have to say I'm not. I don't really film and stuff. But if, like I said, like if there's any way I can improve on what I'm doing, then just let me know. Or if there's any questions as well you've got about Indian food, I'll get back to you ASAP. God, I just need to learn how to look in that lens. I keep looking to the side. Oh well, I'm sure I'll get it soon enough, but the main aim of it is to make delicious food. It's chili free and it's got all the flavours, and